मृत्यवे ब्रह्म विद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च मंत्र नंबर 3. येन रूपं रसं गन्धं शब्दान् स्पर्शांश्च मैथुनान् एतेनैव विजानाति किमत्र परिशिष्यते स्वप्नान्तं जागरितान्तं चोभौ येनानुपश्यति महान्तं विभुमात्मानं मत्वा धीरो न शोचति य इमं मद्वदं वेद आत्मानं जीवमन्तिकात् ईशानं भूतभव्यस्य न ततो विजुगुप्सते यः पूर्वं तपसो जातं अद्यः पूर्वमजायत गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तं भूतेभिर्यो भूतेभिर्व्यपश्यत एतद्वैतत् या प्राणेन सम्भवति अदितिर्देवतामयी गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्ति या भूतेभिर्व्यजायत एतद्वैतत् अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदाः गर्भ इव सुभृतो गर्भिणीभिः दिवे दिव ईड्यो जागृवद्भिः हविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः एतद्वैतत्. So that Brahman at the level of Adidaiva is a Virat Purusha. At the level of Adi Bhautika, Agni is a fire in the fire ritual, in the Yagna Vedi. And that same Brahman at the Adhyatmic level is fire in the heart. At all the three levels, it is not separate from me. You are that. It is not any which way. Etadvaitat, that Brahman is indeed you. Now, how this fire is to be upasya, meditated upon, thought upon, what kind of upasana, what way upasana should be done. So the example is yatha sugarbhini bihi garbha subrutaha iva. Just as pregnant woman protects her embryo, so also you have to protect. See, the lady who is pregnant gives up those anna, katvamla anna tyagena. She gives up those annam, gives up certain movements, gives up certain indulgences and lives a disciplined life. So also the rituals, those yajnavihi, those havishmatvihi, those who are always performing havishmat, yajnas, rituals, they also need to protect that fire alertlessly, effortlessly, alertfully. Therefore the adjective is jagruvadvihi havishmat. And lastly, the one who is meditator, who is doing upasaka, how he or she should protect that fire which is there in the heart, jyoti in the heart, through the life of dharma and discipline and nirantara, means constant upasana, daily upasanas. There should be some discipline in performing these karmas, and that is to be protected. Apramattassan, alertfully. And as we said, dharma or yamaniyam is the foundation for any kind of meditation. Though it looks yamaniyama as an external practices with reference to how I conduct with the world outside. But they are primarily practices to discipline the mind. Satyam, ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, parigraha, yamaha. So ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, etc. is a discipline with the world. In a way, how you interact, your attitudes. But then, if you go deeper, these disciplines with reference to your interaction with the world are given to develop a disciplined mind. No doubt there is a punya karma. When you follow this, you get some punyam. You may get entitlement for heaven or some divya loka. But they are not meant for that. They are meant to prepare a mind which is ready for moksha. Moksha sadhana bhutam manaprapti arthe, manasa prapti arthe. That to gain a mind which is fit or a proper instrument for gaining moksha, these all disciplines are given, yama-niyamas. So, yogi or upasaka or meditator should never ever give up dharma, duties. Should always be committed to dharma and meant committed to what is proper and never ever take the side of adharma, what is improper. You see, for karma yoga, the foundation for a life of karma yoga or for a life of bhakti, so-called bhakti yoga or for a life of Patanjali yoga, dharma is the basis. You cannot live a dharmic life and expect to be a bhakta. You cannot means adharmic life means compromising the values, compromising your duties, compromising your contributions. You just don't want to do that. And you expect yourself to become a bhakta or yogi or karma yogi is not possible at all. Therefore, you cannot do wrong, improper action. Few Puja Swamiji used to give example. One Hare Krishna fella was caught. He was a drug peddler. And they asked him, why are you selling the drugs? Well, I want to build a temple. And they are collecting money for temple. You cannot have, yourself cannot have bhakti. Where is the question of Bhagavan? You can't expect Bhagavan to stay in that temple, which is on the basis of adharma. So just by the way, you see, if you look at this from this angle, it is so true. You may feel that it's a blatant statement, but it is not. It is a factual statement. That devatas and asuras are same. I don't see any difference in terms of the goal that they pursue. Both of them are after heaven, demons and gods, they call it. Both of them want heavenly pleasures. Both of them want heavenly powers. Both of them want that heavenly control over other worlds. What's the difference? And they keep fighting only for heaven, nothing else. Then why, the question is, then why Bhagavan is always on the side of Devas? Why he helps them? Why he took Mohini Avatara and gave this nectar to Devatas only? Why didn't he give it to Asuras? They are the same. The reason is, Asura are living a life of adharma. Devatas live a life of dharma. Dharma is a basis, dharma is a foundation for Devatas. So wherever there is dharma, there only you can have Bhagavan. Both, the end also should be dharmic and the means also should be dharmic. For Asuras, both are adharmic. And also, sometimes they want the things which is illegitimate, and the way they want it is also illegitimate. So, modern yogis cannot have yoga. Yogis cannot have yoga because there is no foundation of yamaniyam, foundation of dharma. And unfortunately, none of these so-called yoga institutes who propagate yoga talk about this yamaniyam. Unfortunately, yoga is confined to asana, pranayama and meditation. That asana, pranayama, confinement to asana, pranayama is also not proper. Because they are talking of asana, pranayama as an alternative therapy for physical ailments. If you have back problem, do this yoga and do this pranayama. If you have diabetes, you should do bhastrika. You should have lung and chest problem, some asthma, do this asana and do this pranayama. If it is a spondylitis, this pranayama and this asana. So yoga is converted into alternative therapy. Yoga is a moksha shastra. So whether right or wrong is different. But they say tada swarupe avasthanam. Yoga is meant to abide in one's own nature. Now they are confining to this. Or yoga is to keep the figure clean. I do some yogas to remain fit. To remain fit, you need not do yoga. You do exercise. Now there is all kinds of things are there. One of my students, she learned Zumba dance. Zumba. I said, what is Zumba? He says, it is to keep the body fit. Zumba. She is yoga teacher. So I offer 3 therapists. She is a dance therapist, then yoga therapist, and Zumba teacher. Zumba teacher. So yoga teacher, dance teacher, and Zumba. But all teaching is for what? For body. Dance is not for body. Dance is for again moksha. It's a bhakti shastra. Hindu dance is always done in temple. Temple itself was a dance school. And the Adi Guru, the first Guru of the dance is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva temple Vastu is that there is a temple within the temple itself, right in front of his sanctum sanctorium, there is a hall called Nritya Mandapam. Dancing, all arts, Indian arts were taught in temple. They never thought for body fitness, Zumba or this Nrityam. Nrityam was for Ishvara Prapti. Therefore, all Indian dance, whether it is Bharatnatyam or Kathakali or Kuchipudi or Odissi or whatever, their songs are nothing but expression of some stories of Bhagavan, Leela. And they pray. It is a prayer. So yoga, it is right. Yoga is alternative therapy. Yoga is moksha shastra. I have to say that. This Patanjali, therefore it starts with yama niyama. You can't be a karma yogi living a life of adharma. I go for loot and 10% I give it to temple, Ishwararpitam. I am a karma yogi. You can't be a karma yogi like that. You can't be a bhakti. See, it is so ingrained in our DNA, Hindu DNA, in the society. If there is a fellow who keeps going to temple daily, does some chandanam and all, invites swamis and does namaskar and does katha and all that, but he is cutting corner in his business. In the family duties also he failed in terms of not caring parents and etc. Society will say he is a dambi, he is a deceit. Tries to show himself as bhakta, but he is not a bhakta. That person is not respectable. Though he may be doing charity and kathas and darshanam daily, mala daily. But if otherwise there is a fellow who doesn't go to temple, but lives an ethical life, like honest officers in government, work is worship. They are honest to the nail, tooth and nail. They are so honest, that fellow will be respected because he lives ethical life. Anyway, coming back to this, you cannot have either of them without the foundation or basis of dharma. Therefore, this yogi who is a meditator, he protects his fire. He nourishes his fire like Adhidaivika fire. Havishmat he protect fire by offering the oblations and making shields against the winds. So this fellow offers oblations in terms of practice and shraddha. Adhyatmika upasaka. Aham Brahma, Aham Soham Bhava upasaka. He practices upasana. That actual fire is nourished by oblation and protected by shield. Here shield is dharma. He protects it by the shield of dharma. And what are the oblations that he or she offers? Oblations are bhakti, prema. This oblation. And what is the shield? Adharma, or dharma life. Life of dharma is a shield to protect. And oblations are what? Shraddha and discipline. By offering shraddha and discipline and protecting that by living a life of dharma, he shields Adhyatmika Yajna. Okay. Now concludes this section in that next mantra. यतश्चोदेति सूर्यः अस्तं यत्र च गच्छति तं देवाः सर्वे अर्पिताः तदुनात्येति कश्चन एतद्वैतत् यतश्चोदेति सूर्यो अस्तं यत्र च गच्छति यतश्चोदेति सूर्यः अस्तं यत्र च गच्छति तं देवाः सर्वे अर्पिताः तदुनात्येति कश्चन एतद्वै तत् यतश्चोदेति सूर्यो अस्तं यत्र च गच्छति तं देवाः सर्वे अर्पितास्तदुनात्येति कश्चन जुदा जुदा ताल में है। एतद्वै तत् यतस् टुगेदर यतश्चोदेति सूर्यो अस्तं यत्र च गच्छति तं देवाः सर्वे अर्पितास्तदुनात्येति कश्चन एतद्वै तत् यतः च सूर्यः उदेति.
Now, he further says, Yasmat, from whom, from where the sun rises, yatra cha astam gacchati, to from where unto which it sets, antam gacchati, adarshanam gacchati, it sets into. And astam gacchati doesn't mean it's hidden or whatever. Tam devaha sarve arpitaha. Tam, to that, all gods are based on it, are surrender. Arpitaha is not in a sense of surrender. To that only all gods are based. That is the support of all the gods. And he says, Tadunatyeti kashana. Nothing exceeds that. Nothing can be away from that. Nothing can be independent of that. Okay, this indeed is that. This is what you had asked for, is that vastu. That is, what is that vastu? Yadaschodeti suryaha yastam astam yatra cha gacchati. Where from it came and unto where it is to go, sets in. That is the same. Okay. Now, here Surya is presented as Upasya. Surya is a symbol of fire. First light, natural light. So it is an expression, it symbolizes fire. So where from the fire came and unto which the fire resolves. So what from it is? It involves, it comes from prana and it resolves into prana. Fire means Surya, means Virata. Surya is a Virat Purusha. That Purusha, because of which the earth is, because of which the earth sustains, and because of which the earth will resolve into what itself. In Sandhya Mandanam also there is a mantra, Jaya Sada Savitru Madhyamandalavarti Narayana Sarasijasana Sannivishta Keyurvan Makara Kundala Kiriti Hari Hiranmaya Vapu Dhrita Shankha Chakraha. Vishnu is sustainer. That symbolized by Surya. Surya is a Virat Purusha, from whom all the beings come and unto whom all the beings resolve, is a Virat Purusha. So, Virat Purusha comes from whom ultimately? Prana. It comes from Hiranyagarbha. So the Virat rises from Hiranyagarbha and Virat sets into Hiranyagarbha. That means Hiranyagarbha is the cause for Virat Upadana, Vinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. So, it is because of Hiranyagarbha, sun is born, means Virat is born, it is unto Hiranyagarbha the sun is sets in, or the Virat also dissolves into that. So that is a mantra. Okay? This is called Hiranyagarbha Upasana, by visualizing the world as non-separate from Hiranyagarbha. It is in a subtle state. It is gross, all right, perceptible world. And as we have told earlier, anything that is gross manifested is always in a subtle form before its manifestation. So it comes from what? Subtle. Like a building, before it gets created, it is in the form of a design in the mind of architect. So you can say this building is created out of knowledge of the architect. We have a very Gujarati phrase, એના ભેજાની ઉપજ છે. Pardon? Product of his brain. It means when somebody is faking, somebody is telling lie, then they say it is product of your brain. There is nothing actual. Okay, similarly, that is true literally. Virat is product of Hiranyagarbha. There is no Virat really, separate from Hiranyagarbha. And there is no separation between two. It is Hiranyagarbha only as though manifest as Virat. So, yataschodeti suryaha astam yatracha gacchati. The Surya resolves, is born out of it and resolves also into it. Surya is, as I said, symbol of Agni also. Because Agni is the first form. The sun is also first form. So, Virat Utpatti means Sthula Prapancha Utpatti is from what? Sukshma Prapancha. The Sthula Prapancha is born out of Sukshma Prapancha. Virat is born out of Hiranyagarbha. That's all it is. Yataschodeti surya astam yatra jagacchati. So gross is born out of subtle, and a gross resolves back into subtle. It is not away from subtle in any which way. Okay? Going back to subtle means bija avastha ultimately. Tam devaha sarve arpitaha. Unto whom all the devatas are based upon, sustained upon, they are because of whom, that is called arpitaha. So that not though devata yoni is a subtle yoni, you don't see devatas with gross eyes. Even that subtle yoni also comes from Hiranyagarbha, which is subtler. That's the point. Deva, their basis is that. That means same Hiranyagarbha is manifesting as different devatas. That's the point here. What is devatas? I explained to you yesterday. Different ministers enjoying the power of the chief minister. Government is run by so and so, the head of the state, minister, chief minister, or president, or prime minister, whatever it may be. That person runs the government. All the powers are vested in him, but he has empowered other colleagues to run certain areas. That empowered fellows are called devatas. But mind you, they are not separate from the person who empowers them. This is the uniqueness of this whole thing. There used to be one throat chocolate here. So these devatas are also born out of Hiranyagarbha. and they are based on it. Means satta spurti, their existence and sentiency is borrowed from Hiranyagarbha only. This word deva can be used for senses also. Diva is a verb from which devata comes in. So it means devata is a self-effulgent, self-shining also. Okay? They are self-revealing also, devatas. These devatas like eyes, ears, nose, etc. are presided by their devatas. They are empowered by Ishvara. But a segment of it is given to them. Ishvara is Sarva Shaktiman. But eyes have only capacity to see. Ears have only capacity to hear. Nose have only capacity to smell, etc. All these indriyani are called devatas also. Diva, the verb is diva, to shine, to reveal itself. So they reveal objects and therefore they are called as devata. What is a devata for Surya? Or Surya is a devata for whom? Eyes. Chakshushor devata Surya. So, where from the sun comes and where unto it is goes back or sets in, similarly, where from the sense organ come and unto where the sense organ set in. Mean the sense organs where from they derive their sentiency and where they go back or set back their sentiency to what is that tadu arpitaha, sarve arpitaha, that vastu. It means what? Chakshuha, Surya, from which udeti astam gacchati, where from eyes get their strength and where it gets sets in. Similarly, it's not eyes, it involves all sense organs in the sense of perception and senses of action. All of them are involved. And action mein involuntary also is involved. All kinds of action. So, yataschodeti suryaha astam yatra gacchati. Where does it resolve? Okay. So, chakshu symbolizes all sense organs. Primarily, it falls in a category of senses of knowledge. Sense organs for knowledge. Ears, eyes, nose, etc. And wider meaning is Surya means chakshu. The wider meaning is all senses. Drinking, eating, etc. Yatashodeti Surya, because of whom they exist, because of whom they sustain, and unto whom they resolve. That is me. That is etad vaitat. This is what you had asked for. This is what I had taught you, that it is not away from consciousness. In other words, this Vayu, yatashodeti surya yastam yatra chagattati. Vayu is the devata for skin. Vayu, sparshendriya. So, the sparshendriya also survives, is born and dissolved by whom? In other words, all the senses of action, all the senses of perception, whatever they are able to do is only because of prana. Okay, that's what he is trying at Adi Daivik, Adhyatmika level. Adi Bhautika level, Devatas and Jivatma there. Now we have to talk of Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika. In Adhyatmika level, they all resolve back. Where do they resolve back? Surya. See, Chakshu involves all karmendriyani, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, ears and tongue. Where they resolve when you sleep, everything becomes unmanifest. If you don't want to sleep, you are half asleep, then also suddenly you wake up and realize what? Everything resolves into prana.
When you sleep, where does it resolve? They resolve back into prana. And prana is a symbol of Hiranyagarbha. So, Adhyatmic level also, everything comes from prana, everything resolves into prana. So, prana is the substratum. That means you are not separate from total. It's aikyam. Prana is a basis, satta spurti pradata. As there is a story in Chandogya Upanishad, there was a quarrel between all sense organs. Who is the best? I says, I am the best. Eyes, because I show the path. Blind man cannot live a full life, etc., etc. I am the most vital organ of the body. Without me is nothing. Arguments were fairly tight because they can't operate WhatsApp. They can't operate podcast, all that kind of thing, YouTube, etc. So it sounded well. Then came the turn of other Indriya. Ear says, I am the best. Why? Because if I am not there from birth, suppose somebody is deaf by birth, then he will not live a full life. I give knowledge of the world. I give satisfaction of knowing something. Vidyananda, Brahmananda, that Ananda will be less. Dumb fellow, the fellow who is deaf will know only very little, so I am the best. Such quarrel took up. So they all went to Brahmaji. At every age, I don't know, people are, that child within doesn't resolve. At any age. At the age of 65 or 70, when they have some bad relationship with the son or daughter, and then Swami comes or somebody comes, they will start talking. I did this much but doesn't understand. I have been doing but doesn't understand. That means you want that fellow to judge you. You are a good person, that fellow is a bad person. This is a child. Two children fight, siblings. They go for justice to mother. That is a problem. They want justice from mother. Which mother? Every new person who listens to this fellow is a mother. He or she wants to justify that fellow. I am a good guy. He or she is a bad guy. That certification you need it. Why the hell you care for certification from this person? But somehow there is a mind. Otherwise certification you can give yourself, because if you live a life of ethics. But they want, I am the best, I am the best. Mom, they will always go to mom. But our Puranas are paternal Puranas, so they went to dad. Brahmaji, I am the best, I am the best. So Brahmaji said, he was a smart guy. See, there's another problem. If we have 2-3 siblings, parents are always at a receiving end. Those children always feel that dad or mom loves the other one more than me. And that fellow feels they love the third one more than me. The third one says they are more than me, to second one. Everybody has this perception, but not me. It's a very precarious situation because everybody's expectation is unreasonable. And sometimes you satisfy reasonable expectations. And at that moment the child didn't have expectation or had some wisdom to say it is unreasonable to do that. And therefore they feel bad from the parents. So when all the three are there, it is not that all the three love you, but all the three hate you and love you. Both. Parents have this problem with more siblings nowadays. Because siblings are vocal. And vocal for local. Local issues, the small fight, they become big and shout and all that. So these devatas, Indriyas went to Brahmaji. I am great, I am great. Brahmaji says, if I opine, others will be unhappy with me and they will think I am partial to this. So he gave an answer that you decide. what you decide? If one of them goes away from the body, so that whosoever is most impactful to the other parts of the body, that will be the great. Why should I tell you who is great and who is bad? That was fair enough. They all argued. Chakshusa argued, Shrotrani argued, etc. argued. Then then lastly the pranas came. Prana says, okay, your argument is over, over. Okay, I am going. The moment the prana left, just decided to left, they all sang a song, Hindi song. Prana, Aja. Brahmaji's parameter, that who is the best, without whom others cannot survive, is the best. So this all resolve into prana. Devatas means indriyas. Only active thing is prana at that time when you sleep. All pancha pranas, not only respiration, pranapana, samana is also active, digestion takes place. Dhyana, distribution also takes place. If that was not active, it would have been best. Because the diabetic fellows would be saved from higher diabetes for 6-8 hours every day. So HbA1c will be lower. Because Samana Vayu is inactive, so it is not distributing sugar. It remains inside. Only once it comes out. So that time you take medicine and you are saved. No, prana is active. Sushupti samaya. Therefore, yes, astam yatra cha gacchati. Unto which they go back is what? Prana. So all devatas are sthula. Indriyas are indriyani sthulani as of now, because you see eyes, nose, etc. And they go back to prana means at adhyatmic level, subjective level, I am born out of subtle existence, namely prana, and everything else also is born out of subtle existence, namely prana, and all of them resolve back into, so Virat Purusha at Adidevika, Surya is Virat, Virat comes out from Hiranyagarbha, resolves back into Hiranyagarbha. At Adi Bhautik level, all these Indriyas, they are expression of consciousness. They are there, they are born out of Hiranyagarbha and they resolve back into Hiranyagarbha. That's a tatpya. So, astam, observe everything. Is in prana. And Shruti says, Tadunatyeti kasyana. Nothing transcends it. Nothing goes beyond it. Nothing exceeds it. Why? Any karyam cannot exceed, cannot transcend its karyam. Karanam, cause. Any effect cannot transcend the cause. Because the effect is as long as the cause is. Therefore they cannot transcend, they cannot go beyond that. Like this, if I say, this piece of cloth is a Surya, let us say, color is also same. Surya color, light color. It has come from Surya and it dissolves, let's say cotton. It comes from cotton and it dissolves into cotton. And it cannot transcend cotton. So obviously, cotton being the material cause, it cannot go beyond cotton. Because its very existence is doubted. And that is not the case here. Tadunatyeti kasyana. Nothing is beyond this. Nothing can cross this. So, and the prana itself is from Ishvara. And that itself is from Brahman. So all the satta spurti of this jagat is from Brahman. Nothing transcends Brahman. So sarvasya atma is Brahman.
and therefore nobody can transcend him. Like pot, maybe 1,000 pots of different shapes, but they are all from clay. Nothing can transcend the clay. Nothing can be without clay. Then he or she will be without. The pot will become without if it tries to transcend the clay out of which it is made. So, Vastu cannot be independent of Karyam or Karanam. Yatkinchit Karyam tat sarvam Karanena avrutam. It is provided by Karana. And that is the case that the Shruti says, Etad Vaitat. This is what it is. Okay? We'll see something about Pramana in the next class. Toshi's vibration has come to me. Very severe. Difficult to speak. Oh, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. prana. And Agni dissolves into prana. So Samashti is born out of Samashti, Virat Purusha is born out of Samashti Sthula Sharira is born out of Samashti Sukshma Sharira. Astam Yatra Cha Gacchati, it dissolves into that only. Now, last quarter of the mantra is Tadu Natyeti Kaschana. Okay? So nothing exceeds that. Nothing transcends that. Nothing goes beyond that. Okay? Why it is said so? What is that? That is etad vaitad, what was asked for, or what is the truth of it. This is very loaded sentence. This itself is Mahavakya. Tadunatyeti kasyana means sarvam khalvidam brahma. Everything that is Brahman. Or nothing is away from Brahman. That means the creator is the created. Or right way of saying is the created is non-separate from the creator. Okay? This is what it is. When you look at the world, you see the world, what do we find? What does it consist of? Very beautiful shloka is there in Drugdashya Viveka. He says, Asti bhati priyam nama rupam chaitya panchakam adyatrayam brahma rupam tatodvayam jagat rupam. There are 5 things as though Asti, Bhati, Priya, Nama and Rup. So when you say the word objects, this is, let us say the flower, any flower or a tree or a table. Table is, so there is Asti Amsha. It is means there is existence. It reveals to you. You know it. That is Chidamsha, as though. And it is dear or priya to somebody. Whether you may not like, but there is some priya amsha in it. Asti bhati priya. Is there. It gives happiness to someone at some time, some place. Even the filth gives happiness to pig. We think filth is useless, but it's a source of happiness for the pig. They love it. So, this, and it has a name and a form. There is a form which is given a name, which has existence, which reveals, and which has some happiness. Asti bhati priyam rupam nama, the priyam rupam nama chaitya vamsha panchakam adyatrayam brahma rupam tatodvayam jagat rupam. That are first 3, Sat, that Asti, Bhati and Priyam is Brahman. And Nama Rupam is Jagat. Now, that means are there 2 things? One is Brahman and one is Nam Rupa. Though Brahman is common in all, but Nam Rupa varies. And at least Nam Rupa is separate. You are categorizing. That means there is Dvaitam, there is Brahman as well as Nam Rupa. No. One is Satyam, another is Mithya. Brahman is Satyam and Nam Rupa is Mithya. Why do we call Mithya? It doesn't have any real existence. Tadunatyeti kaschana. We are discussing that. Means what? If you remove this asti bhati priyam, there is no Nam Rupa. Without asti bhati priyam, Nama Rupa do not exist. So we can say tadunatyeti kaschana. Nothing transcends tat. Tat means Brahman. Nothing is beyond Brahman. Nothing is without Brahman. That means what? When a vastu cannot be without another, that vastu is called mithya. I tell you, there is no object called mithya. Please understand. Just as there is a table, there is a mic, we don't say mithya doesn't mean it is not there. As such, that mithyatva aspect can be understood by modern physics discoveries. Modern physics says everything they started, the reality of so-called object was atoms, protons and neutrons. Now they have come to conclusion it is nothing but energy. What energy? In a particular form. Energy in this form. Object per se can be destroyed, but energy per se is indestructible. It keeps changing the forms. So that means what? This form is because of energy. Therefore form is mithya. Therefore form is not there. We don't say that. We don't say that it is mithya. Swamiji had a beautiful story about it. He says these two guys, American guys were to get married, one man and a woman. I am telling nowadays you have to write person, marriage certificate, because of LGBTQ, not male and female. You have person 1 and person 2. You have to write. Our Hindu priest came to us, Acharya Sabha, 3-4 years ago. What do we do? I said, do. This is Naimittika Dharma. Sthana Dharma. This America. So, this fellow was a great physicist, contesting for Nobel Prize. And she was a great textile tycoon, designer, and fiber knowledge and everything in textile, she is the best. This fellow, previous day of the engagement, marriage or whatever they say, she had some reservation. This fellow is a research guy, too busy, may forget my ring tomorrow and may buy not a good ring. So she wanted to make sure that it is ring befitting to their status. She was in a business world, so she had a big people in contact, all designers and manufacturers, They were all to come. She asked him, "You brought the ring?" Yes, I brought the ring. Show me, I would like to see. He showed. It was a copper ring. 5 rupees ring available. Tirthasthanam in India. If you go to Shirdi, the Sai Baba ring. If you go to Somnath, Shivji ring, like that. What is this? Ring. What ring? Our engagement. She couldn't understand. Why these? Can't you buy a good ring with diamond and gold?
Oh, come on. What difference does it make? All metal is just particles and energy. She got really angry. Tried to tell him, but he didn't listen. No, let the world know. Money is not a question. They should know the truth. She went mad. Okay? Next day, she also exchanged the same copper ring. And then she said, I want to gift him the best textiles in the world. What were you looking? Then suddenly bales of cotton came. What is this? Textile, it's branded. After all, it is cotton. You wear, stick the cotton on the body. Point is, when you say it is mithya, doesn't mean it is not there. The Vyavaharika satta is there. Upyogi. Even if a physicist has to buy a ring, he has to buy appropriate ring. He cannot say it is all particles and energy. And if a textile tycoon, knowledgeable most, has to buy some clothes, she has to buy a branded design, good texture and all that. You can't say it is, it's a mithya, why you need good? Just as that cloth is mithya, body is also mithya. So mithya needs mithya. Understand? That's all, it is simple as that. But they confuse between the realities. They say body, they think body is real, therefore body doesn't need. Who says body is real? Because when they say you are Brahman, you know everything is Brahman, why you need? Who needs? You are Brahman, why you need to eat food? But I am not eating. Brahman doesn't eat food. Atma doesn't eat food. It is the body needs. So mithya needs mithya. When they blame like this, they confuse because they are ignorant guys. So they look upon that Mahatma as Anatma. And they at least understand the world is Anatma and mithya. But doesn't know Mahatma doesn't need, his upadhi needs. Therefore they say it is Anatma. Like even they say, if everything is Brahman, why don't you go through this wall? For you it is everything Brahman. Just Brahman is here, Brahman is there, in between Brahman. So walk through wall. This is a contradictory statement. If Brahman is here, if Brahman is there everywhere, and Brahman is wall, why should Brahman walk? You understand? Why should Brahman go from this room to that room? Because it is there everywhere. There is no walking involved. When it is everywhere, there is no movement involved. It is a body that has to move. It is a body that has to go, and then it has the same reality as this wall. So they have to follow the rules of that. This is a confusion they have. So, what we call Jagat is mithya. And what is Satyam? I mean, nothing crosses, nothing transcends, nothing goes beyond. Or what tat? What is that tat? Satchidananda. That means everything has a basis, everything survives in what? Satchidananda. Now another question comes, Swamiji, if everything is Satchidananda, why are few things inert and why are few things sentient? Jada Chetana Bheda. Why? If Satchidananda is Advaita, why there is Dvaita, duality? If it is non-dual, you find all full of dualities. And if
it is Chit everywhere. Why there are inert Vastu? Okay. And another question is Satchidananda quality of Brahman? Guna. Brahma is the three gunas, Satchit, Ananda Guna. No. It is not quality, first of all, it is the Swarupa. Like even light, heat and energy is not the quality of sun rays. It is the Swarupa. Light, heat and energy is the Swarupa, nature. It is the essence. If it is a quality, if it were quality, that means there is some other Vastu and these are attributes. That means that Vastu is a Vastu because of attributes. Like we can say red rose. So rose is some object which has a quality. What quality? Redness. Correct? And rose is an object which has another quality. What quality? Some fragrance. Rose fragrance is different than jasmine fragrance, then other flower fragrance. Now this quality fades away. Color also fades away. Any quality is subject to be anitya. When the quality goes, then the Vastu will not remain as the Vastu. So if it was guna, like we don't say this is rose. Suppose it's American plastic rose. We call it a rose, but we know it is not rose. The petals are not there. It's a plastic. The fragrance is not there. It's a plastic. When the color is gone, the fragrance is gone, what use of is rose? Nothing. Rose petals of no use. So if Satchidananda or Satyam Jnanam Anantam were quality of Brahman, that Brahman will become Anityam. Brahma will become one of the Dravyas. When it is Anityam, then it cannot be Brahman. Then it is contradictory. What? Anitya Brahma has a quality of Nityatva. Because it has a quality called Sat, quality called Chit, quality called Ananda, Guna. How can Anitya Vastu have a Guna called Nitya? It's not possible. So it is not a quality, it is the very Swarupa. What does it mean by Swarupa? Sat is Chit, Chit is Ananda, Ananda is Sat. They are not three. Heat is light and light is energy, like rays of the sun. They are not separate from each other. So, if it was guna, then it belongs to a dravya. So, Brahman is not the dravyam, one of the dravyas, which Sankhya's talk about. Dravyas, not. Then, if it is so, Sat is Chit, Chit is Sat. How come there are Jada Padarthas and Chetan Padarthas? There are Jada objects, inert objects in the world, and there are also sentient objects in the world. Sentiency and inertness, both is sin. Now, inertness is, correct? Like stone is, tree is. Now when you say is means Sat, so when what is Sat is Chit and what is Chit is Ananda, how come stone is not sentient? Inert Vastu should be sentient. Because Sat is Chit, you only said Satchit Ananda is a Swarupa, nature, not a quality. That means Brahman is not everywhere. If
If it was everywhere, everything should be sentient. So there is something other than Brahman, which is all right but not Chit. Is all right but not Ananda. The answer is, we have seen earlier in detail, answer is Sat is there, Chit also is there. Ananda also is there. Only thing is it doesn't manifest in absence of Sukshma Sharira. If Sukshma Sharira was there in so-called Sat, which only Sat, inert objects, it would have manifested there also. Presence and absence of Sukshma Sharira creates the division of Jada and Chetana. Okay? So, Jada Chetana Vastu Vedaha is Upadhi Vedat. What Upadhi Vedat? Sukshma Sharira Upadhi Asti Yatra Tat Chetanam Bhavati Sukshma Sharira Upadhi Yatra Nasti Tat Jada Bhavati. So Upadehe Bhava Bhava. Existence of Upadhi means existence and absence of Upadhi. Which Upadhi? Sukshma Sharira. Existence and absence of Sukshma Sharira creates the Veda of Jada and Chetana. No, this is one school of thought in India, especially some similar to Ramanuja. Ramanuja says, no, everything is Brahman, but some is Chit Brahma when there is consciousness, and there is Achit Brahma also. There are two Brahmas, Chidachit Brahma. Some is Chit Brahma and some is Achit. I know from all of your expression that you don't agree to that, but everyone looks like that. That's what sun. How can light and darkness be together? There is a bright sun and light sun together. Dark sun. How can there be bright sun and dark sun? One is opposite to other to devour other. Sun, the bright sun is a sun because it has to devour darkness. Night cannot exist in sun. Darkness cannot exist in sun. Sun can be cause of day and night. Sun can be cause of light and darkness. But it doesn't exist in sun. See the Virodhabhas, you understand? Sun is a cause of day and night. But they don't exist in sun. Sun doesn't know what is day and night. How? Go and ask him. He will ask, what is night? He has not seen the darkness. It doesn't exist in sun. But in spite of the fact that it doesn't exist, it can be the cause of night as well. And that is a cause of night because of Prithvi. So because of Upadhi. Prithvi is round and therefore other part of the earth feels it is night, darkness. They said there is no darkness in it. There is a story for children, you know. Listen to this. Originally sun was stationary as it is now. It's only half of the part of the earth got light. The other half went and complained to Bhagavan. Hey Bhagavan, we don't have light. Sun doesn't come to us. Do something for us. Bhagavan called Narada and gave him the job. See that sun rotates on the other side. Narada went in the story, okay? Don't think too much. Narada went to sun and talked to him. And while discussing, sun is not married, Devta. He said, okay, I'm going. He said, why did you come all the way?
You are such a busy person, you talk with God. Lord Devata Bhagavan, you have access to Vaikuntha Loka. Vishnu Bhagavan, you have access to Kailas Loka. You came to me and spent so much of time, so nice of you. If anything is there for me, please let me know. So Saraji said, he just expressed as though he is a little confused to tell me what's the thing. No, I had nothing, but whether I am debating, should I tell you or not? No, without hesitation tell me. You have right to order me. But I am, nowadays the times have changed, so you should not order over smart. But anyway, I will inform you. I had actually come being impressed by something, and I wanted to share with you. What happened? He said, I saw a woman. She is so beautiful. I'm yet to find a beautiful woman like her. She is an ideal match for you. I described that woman. Where is it? But my only thing is, I feel it's a best match. But I wish you may see her first. Then we will decide. If you go and see her, then I'll fix up the marriage. I know her very well. She is also willing. What is her name? Nisha. In Sanskrit, Nisha means night. Her name is Nisha. Oh, really? Where does Nisha stay? She stays on the other side of the earth. So go there and see her. Since then, sun is rotated. Naradji had told, look, I mind you, she is very shy lady, so don't blame me. If you don't meet at a first effort, you have to put in a lot of effort. Okay, I am willing to do. He was so ignited by Narada's description of Madam Nisha. And by the time sun came to that side, Naradji came along with sun. He says, where is that lady? I had told him she is very shy. She has run away to other side. Then after a few rounds, Naradji said, I have a lot of business to do. You keep pursuing. Whenever you find, call me. So since then, we have day and night. Other people know. Other people have light. Sun doesn't know darkness. How can that be Chit Achit Brahma? There cannot be Chidachit Brahma. But this Ramanuja's people tell this. Sometimes these acharyas, even that Sampradaya acharyas, in efforts to glorify the Sampradaya Sthapaka, they talk of certain stories, they present in such a way that they are belittling the Guru rather than glorifying. He said the Ramanuja's one famous story is there, that he was given mantra diksha, given mantra and was told not to share with anybody. Ramanuja went on terrace and shouted. And his guru said, I told you not to share. No, I should give it to everybody. So Ramanuja believed in casteless society. This the iti caste. I don't know iti siddham how. But anyway, they make all stories like this. So Chidachit Satyam. Chidachit is Satyam. Lot of stories they tell, which creates more problems than establishing the truth they are talking about. But anyway, that's how the world is, and that's how the devotees are. Now, listen here. Science has found out, there was an argument then, I'm just explaining to give you clarity. This is Mananam, a God particle. Remember, that fellow was given Nobel Prize. This is God particle, from which everything has come. Suppose they create a live cell in in laboratory. Like they have artificial meat. Nowadays they tell. I don't know how it is, but there is artificial meat available. I am sure it must not be live meat, sentiently. Artificial meat must be chewing gum and some proteins and digestible chewing gum. That chewing gum is undigestible. If it goes in stomach, it has problem. This artificial meat, what they are talking about. Suppose they create a cell in the lab and create clones of it. We are God. We created consciousness. They may say, no, this is a wrong statement. I am not against that you create God particle. You may create cell and clone it and have more cells. That you can do. But why creating a cell, what does it mean? It only means you have facilitated the manifestation of subtle body. That's all. And consciousness through it. You are not creating consciousness, your maximum you are creating manifestation of consciousness. You cannot create consciousness. Create something whereby consciousness is manifest. But it is all the way. So, moment when you are creating a cell in the lab, that means you are introducing only subtle body. Because of certain conditions, subtle body as though comes into being into that given inert vastu and you keep cloning. But consciousness is not created. If it is created, it cannot be consciousness. Anyway, so such you can say inventions don't impact our vision. They are just find certain conditions whereby consciousness manifests. They have created few things whereby the consciousness manifests. Only manifestation was not there and you created a facilitator to manifest consciousness. But not that you are creating consciousness. It is always there. Is, whatever is consciousness. That's all it is. So, and what Shastra says, you should know, cannot be challenged by science and technology. What is Shastra? Shastra says Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. And that Brahma is Aham. I am that Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. That cannot be challenged. That need not be proved or disproved. What for? Why should we not prove? Why should we not disprove? Atheist may say. The answer is, what Shastra says is not empirical. And what you are talking is empirical. What you can discover with your eyes, that Shastra did not tell. What you know with available means of knowledge, Shastra did not tell. And even if it tells, it's a casual remark, not tatpari. It's not main intention of telling this. So, you also need not establish through so-called science with what Shastra says. If Shastra says that Satchidananda is you, then no science can prove. Everything is energy. That's okay, but then they didn't connect, it is you. That energy is you and everything is non-dual. That they will not have any vision. For that you certainly need a teacher. For that certainly you need a Shastra Pramanam which establishes this fact. And that is a fact. So Aham Brahmaiva Asmi fact cannot be challenged, cannot be broken up, okay? And what is established by Vyavara need not be sort of confirmed or negated by Shastra. Because it is empirical. For knowing empirical things, there is empirical means of knowledge, eyes, ears and nose, etc. And what Shastra, if at all, says something, it's a passing remark about it. Atindriya Vishayeva Shastra Pramanam. It may talk of yajna, ritual. It may talk of the ritual with these benefits or that benefits, etc. But that Tatpari is not that this fire analysis is important. Shastra says, therefore it is true. Or science says this and therefore Shastra says, or Shastra negates, therefore it is wrong. No, need not. When one pramana proves, you cannot challenge this. So, Shastra is a pramanam for non-empirical things. Avyavhara vastu. Vyavharatit vastu. And that Vyavharatit vastu should not be proven by Vyavhara, by logic. Why should you prove that? Now there is a tendency, everybody wants to prove, why do we do bindi, why do we do hair, why do this energy and all that? Why should you prove? Shastra says it is sarvatra and it is you. For that, no pramana is necessary except studying Shastra. If Vyavhara says something about Vyavharic world, I would be the first one to negate Shastra. If Shastra says something about how the water is, how the well is, it is a casual remark. Modern science is better pramanam than that. Modern technology. And when they say it is that, you better believe it. You don't sort of negate everything and anything in this world discovered by others. Scientific discoveries are valid. Let them have it. But when they say, I discovered consciousness, God particle, that is the problem. You have not discovered the God particle, you are just finding Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam, Brahma. And that Brahman is you. That science will never say. They are always in objective world. Vishaya Vishaya hi Vijnana Buddhi. They are always thinking of objects. So, if something is proved or disproved about empirical vastu through empirical means, Shastra need not be changed for that. Why should you change the Shastra? Because it is today like this. But tomorrow it can be another way. And a Shastra has no intention of proving this. Like Shastra suppose says that milk is white, ghee is white. And suppose you say, no, I got yellow colored ghee. Therefore you have to change the Shastra. No. Why should you change Shastra? Because of personal likes and dislikes. Shastra has no tatpara in telling ghee is white or yellow, it doesn't care. It cares only in helping you to discover the self. Okay, so Shastra tatparyam is this, and therefore it is said, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that Satyam Jnanam Anantam is Brahma, and Brahma is Satta Spurti Pradata. Therefore, Tadunatyedi Kashyana. Nobody can transgress Shastra. Nobody can go beyond Shastra. The whole world, if you look at this, whole Jagat, suppose I tell you, you know the Jagat? Yes, I know Jagat. I have moved in 28 countries. And I watch videos, I can find out if I have not moved. But still Shastratvam, Gurutvam is The Shastra owning of everything is Brahman and I am that Brahman doesn't come. So Shastra need not be corrected, need not be changed by some scientific discovery. Even if, as I said, they developed artificial cell and created artificial jivas, whatever you call it, so also 2 to 2.5 feet long. So, but nobody says that is me. Understand? So, Aikyam is the Tatparya. Okay. We'll see it tomorrow. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. Today it is. Tomorrow we'll let you know. As of now, only one morning class is confirmed. Nobody can produce consciousness. If suppose they create artificial cell in a laboratory, live cell, and then clone it, it is only facilitating creation of a subtle body. Consciousness is all pervasive, In other words, scientists can find some other condition whereby consciousness manifests. It is already there. So there is no question of creating consciousness. Because anything, they must create that cell out of something, correct? So that which is Sat. And Sat is Chit. So where is the question of creating consciousness? They cannot create artificial life out of nothing. They cannot do that. Because something has to be there to create an artificial cell. That something out of which you created a cell is, if it is Sat. Since it is Sat, then it is Chit and Ananda as well. So life cannot be created, only it can be manifested. With mixing up few Sat, few existing things, they create. In fact, all this modern technology is in a way collapsing the possibilities. That's all. We created internet. Let's say before first it start with the valve, radio valve we had. From valve we created transistor. From transistor we created chips. All that. But that we say humanity created artificial intelligence. But it is only possibility that you collapse. 2 things, 3 things you put together and it happened. That's all it is. It is not that we created something. Nothing you create. Only manifest the possibilities, which was there. Only thing is we didn't know. That thing might appear to be too simple today. But down the line, with generations before, they didn't know and they couldn't think of it and they couldn't clear. That's it. Like this, creating this plastic chair. The crude oil was there. It is not that we created a crude oil. And crude oil